Welcome to this series where we are playing Salvage for Empyrion Galactic Survival, and we are starting on the bridge of my capital vessel. If we look out the window here, you'll see that the scrap trading station here that we were checking out in the last part. And what I would like to do in this part is rebuild the rear of the CV so that we can get a hangar deck so that we may be able to get another ship, possibly a small CV, which we can then use for exploration as well. But I've got a little bit of a problem which I'm going to need to fix first. I didn't realize how little I got left on the CPU. Now if I start trying to if I now try and extend the rear of the ship, which is going to use a lot of blocks, and of course in this scenario it uses the base game model, the fact that the blocks are actually add to the CPU. You can see here at the moment that the blocks alone are 222,000, and we've already got to 420,000 with other items. So what I want to do first is, because we are in this junkyard, thrusters on, thrusters, leave the shields off because we're going to be taking the ship apart. What I want to do in the junkyard is look for two things. One, I think Know-It-All said that in these small space junk modules here, we might be able to get some tier 3 extenders. So I want to check out these. The other thing also, I'd like to check some of the smaller junk, so that like down there, to see if we could get one of those, a couple of really large thrusters, because I know they're here. So what we're going to do is just check out this space junk here. I'm just going to drop down, see if I can get in the center of them. So this is what we're going to do first. Now that one looks like it's that got it's a bit difficult to tell. Wait, stop it. I think we're just going to have to park here. I think I can just get in that close up a little bit. So I'm pretty sure, looking at that there's some CPU extenders, or there's definitely something in that one there. So we're going to check out these three here and see what we can find. Now I've put my environment suit on. Let me just check. I want to go out and freeze to death. Yeah, we got in our environmental suit on. It's a little bit damaged, but it should be okay. Right. Oh, that one's empty. It's no good. There's one over there. That's empty as well. So that over there. We'll just fly around the space junk. And sometimes these have actually... Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm not sure that we'll be in range. No, we're not in range. So we're going to have to move the ship over for that. I certainly want... I'd like 2 of those big thrusters if possible. If I could get 2 of those to put on the back of the ship, it'd be brilliant. So just get in nice and close to here. Ship off. So I'm not sure why I'm leveling the ship off, because it doesn't really make that much difference to go out right next to it. Building supplies. Of course, this is massive, so I have to do it with the... the thing we will need to do is make sure that it has to be cooled. Make sure that it needs to be cooled. We'll just do that. And we'll retrieve this. We've got a large thruster. These are all destroyed blocks, so take that. Okay. Keep looking for the space junk. There's something up. Another space junky thing. A couple more over here. But that where we just come from. Let's just take a look. Because I could take them apart. They are a source of these are just steel blocks. When we build something, I want to how can you say, I want to use the hardened steel blocks. One there. I think these might be the ones we've already checked. So going out, look at this one. Yeah, I know we're out of remote logistics range. Right, there's some more over there. Have a look at this one. Ooh, what have we got here? They're a pain here. Let me just... Ooh, tier 4 extenders. Okay. I think we've just hit the jackpot here, guys. What I'm going to do is we'll just put you in there. And what that should do is allow me to mark the ship that I can get to it. Tier 4, tier 4 extenders, that takes me up to the top level for the ship. That solves all my CPU problems. I can, well, within limits, I can do almost anything I want now. Assuming that there are 4 there, but what I'm going to do now is just find where I tagged it. Maybe just... Where is there? Don't mind these windows. Move the windows. Got 1, 2, 3. Wow, we got 4. Check we got these. Must admit, I was expecting to take away base related ones, then having to break them down for the optronics bridges, but this is gonna make something. Gonna take the windows for a reason that might become apparent later on. Is there any... Because we could take a few thin blocks, as I say, for interior work, so we can just pick out some of the thin. Then we'll just take the core. So we've now solved the CPU problem. What we're gonna have to do now is find somewhere to put them. I suppose we're gonna have to put them in the machine room. Let's see. I think what we'll do is we'll get rid of that move that statue. And we're just gonna deploy these. That was an absolutely fantastic find. I'll be completely upfront. I was expecting to spend most of this part searching for these extenders. I even considered that we may have to go to another system and find another junkyard. Start with that. What's going on here? I put all 4 there. I don't understand why I seem to have lost one. They've all disappeared. I think the just come out and come back in again. Yeah, I think the game's having a little bit of a glitch time. I think it could be the proximity of the junk. Just make sure, yeah, because we've now got 10 million CPU. Yeah, we're looking good. Close that down. Now, the other thing I need to do before I forget, I need to put a door in here. Because if you look up there, you can see the grow plots. Now, if I open this to space, there's one kind of effect with grow plots is that if the cold air gets in here, it will still destroy the plants because the grow plots themselves come into contact with cold air. And because I'm going to be messing around back at the back, what I'm going to do is, I've got a door. Have I got a door? I've got a door. Wow. Okay. You have to try and find a door put in ASAP. Yeah, I need to remember to do that. Anyway, next job we're going to need to do is find a source of hardened block. Thrusters. So on. So, the patrol. We're going to need a derelict SV. Well, yeah, I think it is proximity to that. Right, we've got a nice set of choices, although we've got to find another, what we call it as well, another large thruster. I'm trying to look around for something that may fulfill that job. Maybe we will look for the large. I think sometimes you can find large thrusters. See this one here? I think it's got a blue band on it. I think there's sometimes this has got. Oops. I mean, it's a bit difficult to tell, but we might just be in luck here. So again, we're just going to level off, and I pick the core up. Apologies for my paranoia. Right, we're just going to go up. Oh, you're trying to mislead me, game. This end. Yes, look at that. Okay, we got another one here. You're hooked to building supplies. This would be brilliant if I can retrieve this. Nearly made a mistake. I doubt there's going to be that many of these. Right, we've got some thrusters. We've got some hardened steel blocks here as well, so I think we're just going to grab as many of these as I can as well. We're at it. I don't think there's anything else on here of any value. Really want the destroyed blocks so we can deploy them and then recover them. Let me just why am I doing it like this? I can just sit here. We need to keep an eye out for the radiation. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to grab as many of these as I can. Then what we'll do is start looking for a better source, another source as well, because we're going to need hundreds of these blocks to build a big hangar deck on the back of the CV. So I'll see you once I've collected enough of these. Hey guys, welcome back. I think we've got everything we can from here. So I'm just going to pick up the core and just to show you. I picked up a few of these. We'll trash those. So I've now got 249 hardened blocks. I've got 88 combat steel blocks, but I've already had. Where's my ship gone? Okay. So we'll just get back to here. We'll just get back inside. We'll just collect the crops. We're going to be here for a little while, so we want to make sure that we've got the pentaxid. Snag bees still growing in that bit of pentaxid that's depleted. Oh, just snag these. We can put it in the fridge. So just, oops, I forgot I had the link on, but that's no problem. We can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if I put player there, we can put all this in there as well. The fine toaster constructor in, and we can just offload the stuff there. And quest goes on. Oops. But looking around, we've got, I think the wait, seem to be trapped inside of this. Let's get away from it. This looks like we got a couple of yeah, we'll be refueling from the space station when the time comes to leave. It's destroyed vessel there, but it's not that big. I'm looking at these two over here. We got some more space junk in this area as well. I actually quite like this one on the right hand side. I think it's a bit more integral than the other one, but I think this is a good location. But what I am interested in, just going to take a quick shifters at the space junk here and see what we've got. Let's see. Just curious to see whether there's any more what we call it here. It's the space junk. That one is empty. That one's empty. That I would say is a SV. Oh no, it could be a CV. Have a look at it. Nice big hangar door on it. Now that could be useful for the hangar for the ship, but the problem with that is the fact that I'm not 100% sure that the SV we've got will actually go through in a hangar deck. So that might be a bit of a problem as well. This one empty as well. We'll just fly out. There's two more over here. I definitely like that ship there. That one's not got anything in it. Nor this one. So it looks very much like it is a random thing. Yeah, I think this is a capital vessel. We got an SV there. I mean, this ship looks almost like you could recover it and rebuild it as a new ship, isn't it? Let's just have a look at it. We got some loot and stuff on it. Right. Oh, it's got a core. That's even, in some ways, that's even better because it means it is intended to be recovered. Okay, that's where we're going to go. We're going to need to get in close that we can do the honours. Take it. Just maneuver in, and so that we're in a position to be able to build next to it and loot the blocks as well. So if we get about halfway up, whoops, so we get about here, I think that'd be good. Just level things off, turn the thrusters off because we're going to be here for a little while. We do it topping the oxygen up. I think we're okay for food at the moment. Where is it? There it is. We've got to find a way in. There's a bit of an entrance there. The bridge would be. Ship's actually upside down, isn't it? This is going to be a bit tricky. Yeah, negotiating this is going to be a little bit awkward. This isn't one of my favourite things to do, but okay, there's one way out of this. Bridge is there, so let me just hook back to there. I know we can't actually recover the blocks, but it will allow me to fly into here. Right, we've got some fridges here. Just check these out. Well, read that. 2. Eat that as well. Fine toaster, raw food. Go into, oops. Well, I'll put raw food in there, but that's okay. The meds. We've got an O2 station there. Wait, cargo box. We'll take that. Oh. Oh, we got some ammo boxes in here. Okay. I think what we'll do is begin to there for the moment. Got showers on this side. Oops, there's an LCD there. Right. Just kind of make a bit of space to fly around in. With these truss blocks, I'm not going to want them anyway, so I do want to get rid of the walkway. Got a med station there. I do wonder whether there's going to be something. Which direction can we go? Kind of. I think what we'll do is we're in the kind of solid part of the ship, so let me just see if I can hack through this a little bit and see what we can find. Oh wow, I've just found the core. My luck is really in today. Right, so we've got the core, we've got rid of the core. That means we can core the ship, which means I can, if I can get out of here now. Right, we're back out in space. I want to put the core, so there we are. I think that, I mean, this is a turret platform. So if we put you there, That means we can now get a good look at the ship and see what we've got. Right, what have we got? We've got some... Well, we certainly want the oxygen. General supplies. 1284. That's like 6484. Right, that's in the wrong place, but never mind. Fuel store, actually. Right, we've got a little bit of fuel which can go in the toaster. 8%. Anything else? Let's see what we've got on the way. Oh, okay. Others, groups, everything's all grouped up. Landing light. Got 12 cargo boxes. Armor locker, oxygen, fuel tanks. Okay. We've got there's 5 turrets, but it's only got a flare in it. So hangar doors, got lights, corners, shutters, ramps, lights exterior, fuel tanks. Right, we've got some thrusters in here. We got most of them, looks like a lot of them are small thrusters. Yeah, so, but I've got spare thrusters anyway. Right, I think what we're going to do is, well, I think the first thing we'll do is go through the cargo boxes. Might as well loop those out and see what we've got. We can shove this into fuel store, I think. There's 15 millimeter. It's all been named. 30mm, 5.8. We've got a nearly empty load of bullet casings. Rattle through here very quickly. I mean, I can sort all this out later on. I do want to get on to doing some building. 15 plates. 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4. We got 3 fridges. Got a repair station as well. Certainly want the repair station. Right, guys. What I'm going to do is we're going to. Right, we'll hook to the right thing. Just put you in there. Put this. Empty the kind of general bits and pieces that we've got. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go and do a bit of taking the ship apart. I want some of these shutters. And of course we're going to have to get a great big pile of hardened steel blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take apart as many of these as possible. Or enough to get us going anyway. Okay guys, I've been taking the ship apart. I've just got to the repair station. We're going to take that and I'll just pick up a few more ends of blocks. There's lots and lots of hardened steel blocks in here, so we might be able to get all the blocks we need from this one ship. So I'm just going to grab a few more and then we're going to start building. What I've got now is I've got 500 hardened steel blocks. Got a couple of ordinary steel blocks. Repair bay, we don't need the damage blocks. I've got a couple of armored automatic doors. So the first thing we're going to do is get back round on, oops, to orientate round the right way. And the thing we're going to do is come in here. But we need the hardened blocks. We need the there. Don't need the shutters just at the moment. What I do need is that doorway. Very important I do that doorway first. So come here. The normal door in. That should make the tight. Now I'm not sure what I want to do with this bit here. Actually, just double check this. It's open. A little bit risky, but I just want to make sure that this is combat steel actually, isn't it? Okay, yeah, so let's make sure that the temperature, this is minus 64, this is 22, yeah, so this is a little bit worried about the fact that was on the angle, but we're okay. And we're now going to get out here. We're going to need to retrieve the sentry gun there. We're going to need to retrieve this here. Oops. What's that? Oh, this is Xeno still. Okay. We're going to gather up these blocks here. I think that sentry gun can stay. It's kind of in the right place. This ramp, I actually quite like it where it is, so I think I might leave it for the moment, because I mean, at the very least I can leave it and just walk over it when I want it, and then we got the passageway down to here as well. So I think first things first, let's get the combat steel. What we're going to do now is just mark out the base at the center. The sentry gun is roughly in the center, isn't it? So we're going to now 1, 2. We're just going to come. I think that's 11, isn't it? Here. Next thing we're going to need to do symmetry plane, because we're putting a lot of blocks down. I think we'll do the main frame. Put a frame out here. Of course, when you're building up a ship, it's basically what you're doing is just building a big box for a hangar. We'll switch to right. Now let's look at the pattern underneath. Now, of course, the back's got to be a lot wider than the front, so I would like to keep this pattern going. I think what we'll do is we're kind of just come out like that. Got I think to emphasize the difference, get back to that. I'm gonna leave that as a solid block. This is a key joint. Then we'll come back to here. I think if we do that. Oh yeah. Mess this up. Okay, we'll do that. This is gaps of 2, isn't it? I think we'll go gaps of 3. So we're 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just one of the problems with using the symmetry plane is that when you make a mistake, you duplicate it. But that's okay. Box. What would Right, what we'll do is I want to work on the back. Stick with the. So we'll put you in there. You in there. Can we bring this to the rear of the ship? No, I think we're just make this into. No, that's going to make it look pretty awful at the back, isn't it? It's going to make it very boxy. I think what we'll do is retrieve that block. We'll keep the theme going here. I mean, I've got to be a bit careful because I don't know if this is going to be long enough. So what we need now is go to this one. We'll come to here. Put you in there. Come out that way. And then we'll put steel blocks there. And then in like that. You just look at something. Yeah, I think if we put in another section of these. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. It's exactly the same again. Just finish these off with these. That. Can go there. And then run back far as there. I want to one more. I want to leave a gap there for landing gear, because what we're going to need to do is take out the landing gear from here. And we'll put some combat steel in there, and of course what we'll have to do is do this side. It's going to be another way of leaving a hole into space, but hopefully that door will hold. Pretty big hole in space. That will now. Okay. Put the landing gear in next. Where is the landing gears? Oh. In you. Landing gear in now. And the next thing we're going to need to do is we need to measure this for the SV, because while I probably won't keep the SV in here all the time, we do need to consider the option for a repair bay, which means that, well, we got 3 blocks wide down here, so that should be okay. Right, so what we're going to have to do is put the SV in. Thrusters. Oh, the thrusters on. Oops. think the entrance is high enough. The problem's going to be, oops, I want you to level off land. I think we're roughly in the center. Now, I would normally use a hangar deck of 9x5. This is one, be a bit tight, isn't it? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that wing is overhanging that way. Can't really use the, wow. This is going to be difficult, isn't it? You just, what I am going to do is want to put blocks there, sealed off that way. I'm going to put an armored door in here. That kind of seals off that. That's the entranceway there. So that gives me an idea of the size. The door's going to have to be 11 wide, and I know hangars don't go out that far, or they do, but they're really big and they got height. What we're going to have to do is want to go out. Let me think. We've also got to put large thrusters on. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put another row of blocks in, but we're not going to go right to the front because we need to work on the back. So that's it there. I'm going to block this in. I had to do it sooner or later. We've read that. Now that's going to be wide enough to let that ship in, but there's no way we're going to get a hangar or entrance. I don't really want to have to squeeze the ship in, so I think what we'll do is, this is the width. I mean, we're gonna have to come out another 2. So let me just pick up those 2 big thrusters. This is becoming a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. Maybe we could let it. Okay. Have to put. Problem is the game's got a bit of a problem hooking like that. That might give me a bit more control. Sometimes when you, oops. Sometimes when you're trying to place engines, I think if we put them there, you just see these are 2x2, so we could put another one above should we need it, so we can get that as an option. Right, auto group. Just as I don't want to burn fuel, so. So we've got a problem of what to do with this. I think we're going to need the extra interior blocks because I'm not too sure, guys. If any of you can confirm whether there is a when you use force shields, whether the force shields actually protect what's inside, because what we may have to do is come back with, say, another row of blocks like that on the inside. We can kind of come up like that. And what that will do is this bit here. So we just put this in. We got an idea of this. Wow, this is getting big. I think what I'm going to have to do is use force shields. Now I'm going to be completely up front. I'm not a big fan of force shields. Plus, I'm never been 100% sure how they work. Now 1x2. We need something 3x3, 3x9. Of course, it's got to be 1x1. Got 1x2. We could put a force shield in there. Put one there. Let me just try this. And then we've got the 1x3 that would sit above it. You'd have to rotate that round. Force shield is on the inside. Then we're going to have to rotate it again like that. Nope, that's not going to work, is it? Because that's we have to do it all with 1x2s, aren't we? Going to be a little bit tedious. Again, whoops. Shield force fields. Why isn't there a 1x4? We could go horizontal, but that would be 7x12. That would be 5x11. If the door was 5 open, we could do it with 1. 3x9. 3x5. This is. We might be able to do it a bit quicker by doing this, isn't it? How wide is that? Problem's going to be finding. This is 5, so no, I think we're going to just do it, keep it simple. We could put you in there. Of course, because I've got symmetry plane on. So you in. Well, just have to rotate this that way. Put you there. 1. The right place. Got there's a force shield out of place there. Yeah. Don't know why I'm aiming precisely. Whoops, that's the reason why I'm aiming precisely. And you don't aim precisely. One of the reasons why I'm not the greatest fan of and leave holes. and things like that. So let me just quickly turn off the symmetry plane so we can get an idea. So we've created a whole series of force fields around here. That should let the ship come and go. Right, back on again. Turn to where it was before. That gives us an entrance there. I mean, we could put blast doors on, but I'll be honest, I've never ever really used blast doors. So we could consider using blast doors behind the force shields. Curiosity, I think okay, we got force fields for the sure that there is an option for blast doors. Let me just see. Thrusters. Okay. Vestel. Let me just see if I can find them. Here we are. Blast doors. So we'd have to unlock that. Unlock that. Trouble with blast doors is they're going to need cobalt alloy. I think I'll just make one out of curiosity. As I say, I've never been the biggest fan of blast doors. In fact, I've very rarely ever used them. So let me just see. Building supplies. In blast doors. We'll make one. Just gonna make one of those. Let's see what the options are for blast doors. I don't really have a lot in the way of resources. Cobalt alloy. What happened to the blast door? There it is. All right, blast doors. Oops, no. So 5. See, this is where we've got an extended blast door like that, but for them to all work, they're going to have to kind of work in unicism. So like this has got 4. So what you'd have to do is if we can, that's not. Yeah, I think what you've got to do is this opens up 1, 2, 3, 4, but what you'd have to do is one end goes into the base, so you'd have to put one into there. So you'd have to take out a block there and then just have the last one. I'm not going to mess about with those guys because I'm aware that time is pushing on. In fact, I'm already over time, so what I'm going to do is just block in a little bit more and then just block in the ship this so that we get basic shape of the hull. I was just, of course, a hangar deck is basically that one great big box. And then we're going to need to shape in this area here, so just put that there. I think for the moment we're blocking the slot for you in. I want to reserve a slot for the what we call it, the so well, I want to leave a space here for another large thruster should I want to put it on. which means we've got to allow, need to protect these. So I'm gonna come back with the glass doors. You there and there. I think what we'll do is put you there. We'll just kind of make an engine compartment here for the actual thrusters. For that now, I think that gives us a bit more on the diagonal. Run out of combat blocks, so I think we'll try and get a little bit of a delta effect here, like that. I mean, and I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I'll do is I'll do a little bit of work off camera, blocking in some of the essentials, because of course one thing we are going to need to do is put some more thrusters on the back here. We're certainly going to need lateral thrusters. We don't need these anymore, so these can come off. What we might be able to do is blend this nacelle into here, and we're also going to need some lift thrusters as well at the back here as well. So what we'll probably do is put some lift thrusters there. We need some down thrusters. We'll probably leave all these thrusters in situ, but we're just going to put some more other thrusters on in general. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.